Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan, and thanks for joining us for our Wednesday weather update for August the 16th. Well, this weekend, an active cold front is on the way for New Zealand, moving in from the Tasman Sea, and by Sunday, a low pressure zone is going to form around the North Island, bringing some rain. Now, this is not the best news, considering we're wanting this drying out phase, but we do have a burst of weekend rain on the way. So let's try and explain what is going on. At the moment, we've got low pressure around the country, broken into a number of centres, and that is actually weakening at the moment, and will push away over the next 24 hours out to the east. We've got high pressure right out over to the Tasman Sea and out over the rest of Australia, and also beyond into the Indian Ocean there. In fact, this big bright white area is a very powerful high moving through. But there's a lot of low pressure down here in the Southern Ocean, and that's going to send up a cold front this weekend into New Zealand, and in fact, in the next couple of days, it's going to come into the southeastern corner of Australia. So rain is on the way. Now, this is for the next 3 days, and it doesn't look overly dramatic. It's at the very start of the key, so just a few showers, a little bit of rain here for the western side of the North Island, right down from Wellington up to about Waitomo, with 20 millimetres or so coming there for the next 3 days. But that's really the most. Elsewhere, it's only a few showers. The more concerning rainfall totals are from this Saturday for the next 3 days after that. And you're seeing around the North Island totals of about 40 or 50 millimetres there. And some of these areas around the ranges could go up a little bit higher than that, potentially getting up around 60 or 70 millimetres. And then you come down into the Nelson-Marlborough area, and they're looking at maybe 80 millimetres, which is definitely enough to cause slips. So some heavy rain on the way. Now, this map is likely to move around a little bit, so keep up to date with the rainfall forecast that we've got at Weather Watch and Rural Weather, but there is a fair bit of rain on the way, and the driest part of the country will be down here around Otago, Canterbury, and even parts of Southland. Now, over in Australia, a little bit of rain coming through, mostly in the southeastern corner from the same system that's on its way to New Zealand, with the western side of Tasmania seeing the most amount of rain, around about 30 or 40 millimetres for you. So let's get into the forecast, and on Thursday, you can see that rain and that cold front moving into Australia on its way for New Zealand. But for now, not too bad. A bit of rain here out in the east, a few showers around, nothing too much on the way. By Friday, again, a mostly dry day, high pressure to the north, and there is that active cold front sweeping out of Australia. Burst of rain and showers for you, maybe a few thunderstorms, and those squally sou'westers as that colder change moves in. But it's actually a warm Friday for many parts of New Zealand, with rain obviously down here in the south, but dry just about everywhere else. Now, that changes obviously into the weekend. That's why we start to see those rainfall totals lifting up. And for places like Nelson and Northland, those areas will be the first to get that rain coming through. So Saturday could be a dry, warm start to the day, but by lunchtime and then later on into the day, in comes this front with the low pressure zone attached to it. Now, on Sunday, that low moves up to the North Island. So you've got high pressure out here to the east, slowing it all down. That lifts up the rainfall totals. And then on top of that, it increases the wind. So you've got a windy northerly coming through as well. So it's not going to be overly cold, but it will be wet around the North Island, I'm sorry to say, on the weekend, and obviously coming into the upper South Island as well. And then next week, the low, it sort of gets stuck between two highs, just like the low this week has done. And of course, that then also limits how much energy it's got with this high pressure zone pushing in. But Monday, an unsettled day. The good news here, not a lot of rain falling around Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. There will be some rain, but it is sliding down the country here. That's the reason why you'll see Marlborough and parts of northern Canterbury also getting a bit of rain early next week as that low kind of bunny hops over the top of the South Island, but plenty more high pressure behind it all. So yes, an unsettled pattern at the moment still for New Zealand, more rain on the way, but as we said the other day, some of those rainfall totals are starting to taper off in some regions, but unfortunately this low is going to put you back into the wet zone again just for the next week ahead. That's all from me for today. Back again tomorrow with the next update on the incoming rain for the weekend.